Hi everyone. I'm Amy and I'm at home, and today I'm making Espresso Blondies. These are so easy with a few little tricks, and I'll show you how to do them. First starts off by melting butter and brown sugar together, and then it has to completely cool. So I did this about 30 minutes ago, and that's what it looks like. It's literally, there's a little bit of a sugary crust on top. I'm not interested in super melty brown sugar. I really just wanted to incorporate everything. I'm not making caramel or anything like that. So if I was making caramel, I would keep cooking it, and the caramel, the brown sugar would start to eventually turn into caramel. But the reason why it's so important to get this melted and cooled is because that's going to set up the texture when the blondies are cooking. So just scraping all this out of the bottom. There, that's good. Oops, making a mess already. Must be Friday. So here I have my mixture, and the next thing I'm going to do is add my espresso powder. This is the espresso powder. You can also use coffee powder if you want, or I should say, not coffee powder. That sounds
instant
weird to
coffee.
Me. Instant coffee, yeah. But this is what it looks like. It's really easy to find. You can literally find this in any grocery store. So it's a pantry staple. So I'm going to add a little water to this, about a tablespoon, and mix it up. You don't want to put it right into your blondies because it just needs to kind of get a little water on it. It helps mix it better.
What are your thoughts on the whipped coffee trend on Instagram?
I think it's amazing. I haven't made it yet, but I think it would be really good with this. Should we try that later on?
Yeah.
So it's instant coffee like that, sugar and water, equal parts of all three, and then you just whip it
400 times.
400 times. Okay, so I'll do 200 and you do 200.
Or we'll use the mixer.
No. We need the exercise. So I'm mixing this up, and next I'm going to add 2 eggs. And I like to use room temperature eggs if I can. So these are a little room temperature. It's just nice to have all of your ingredients kind of the same temperature. So I pulled these out of the fridge at the same time as when I was melting my butter and my brown sugar. And I'm just going to mix these quickly. It's always a good idea to have like a little garbage bowl, which is what this is, to put my eggshells. That way it keeps everything nice and organized, which I like to be nice and organized. So I'm going to add
Yeah, we
this
don't.
in. I know. To a fault, right? Over-organized. I gotta work on that. Okay, so to recap, I'm making espresso blondies, and I have brown sugar and butter that I melted. I added some espresso powder, and now I'm whisking in the eggs. And at this point, I'm going to add my dry ingredients, and I'm going to switch over to my pink silicone spatula because I don't want to over mix this. So I have my flour here. This is just regular all-purpose flour.
And that's just flour.
And that's just flour. And then here's some baking powder and some salt. And by the way, this recipe, along with all of my recipes in my videos, are connected to the video. So when I post this on IGTV and Instagram, the recipe will be right there. But you can always DM me or ask me a question right in my feed, and I will 100% get back to you. This is something that I love doing more than anything. Sharing my recipes, cooking with friends, making video. It's something that I did before we were home on quarantine, and I just have a genuine passion for it. I love to show people how to cook, and I think doing it in video along with the written recipe is a great combination, because a lot of times you read a recipe and you don't really know what it's going to look like. This is a perfect example.
And on that note, we have a question about how you know it's mixed well, which you wouldn't get from reading a recipe.
Exactly. The reason why video is so great is so that you know that what to look for, and I'm going to show you. So this is mixed well, and all I did was just kind of fold and fold and fold this batter until all the dry ingredients were mixed in.
You got a little on that side.
Oh, thank you. This is actually like just up against the side. So this is what it looks like. And this is the exact texture that you want. If the butter and the brown sugar weren't melted together initially, it wouldn't look like this. It almost looks like frosting. If the butter and the brown sugar weren't mixed together, it would look more like batter. It would be like a stiffer batter, but this is kind of loose. And this is what's going to give the blondies their great texture. So the last thing, and this is kind of optional, I like to put in a cup of chocolate chips. And another reason why I like to really cool my butter and brown sugar mixture is because I don't want the chocolate chips to melt into this batter. I want to be able to see them when I cut into them. So that's what it looks like. It's really pretty gorgeous. I have a 9x9 baking pan, and I put a little butter all over it just to keep it from sticking. And I'm gonna put my batter into this. I also have my oven preheating to 350 degrees.
Oh, it smells so good.
It's like really a lot of this. It's very coffee smelling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's, I really like a lot of espresso powder in mine. I put 3 tablespoons in. If you want a little bit more of a subtle flavor, more of like a vanilla-y blondie, you could put 2 tablespoons in. It's really up to you. But try it. Just try it.
Could you use almond instead of vanilla?
Well, there's actually, you know what's interesting? There is no vanilla in it at all. It's just how intense do you want your coffee flavor to be? And I kind of feel like less coffee flavor, naturally more of like a vanilla-y flavor, but it's definitely going to be coffee no matter what. So that's what this looks like, and I'm just spreading it around. Another reason to watch a video. You can see what it looks like. It really is therapeutic. I mean, I could just sit and do this. La 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 la. I could do this all day. So that's the blondie, and I'm gonna pop this into the oven. It's gonna take about 25 minutes. I'm not gonna make you wait 25 minutes to see what they look like. I made a batch earlier today. Anthony, don't make fun of me. Anthony's my friend at the Today Show who makes fun of me for making swaps. But it's necessary because we only have about 10 or 15 minutes. So I made these this morning.
And these will all get eaten also.
And it'll definitely get eaten, you're right. And here's what you're looking for when you are trying to decide if you're gonna pull your blondies out of the oven. First thing is, when it's done, it starts to pull away from the sides. And you can kind of see like a very thin amount of space because it's cooked. That's what it means. And then it's nice and dry on the top. Oh, my fingernail's really dirty. Dirty from cooking. So it's nice and dry. So let's cut into this. I hope it's okay. Okay, I always run, this is a bench scraper, and I always run it. I use this tool so much. It's really meant to kind of pick up flour when you're making bread, but I use it for everything. So I ran it around the edges, and I can see it's really nice. It's ready to come right out. I think I'm actually gonna take it out, as long as I can. And I'm gonna cut these. So I kind of eyeball it, and I like mine really big. So here goes.
Do you like the edge or the middle more?
Oh, it's a really tough one. I kind of like both.
No, you have to pick one. More? The middle.
You like the middle? I didn't know that. I mean, I feel like this one is a really good, this is really good because it's like,
oh, look at those chocolate
it's like
chips.
A little bit of the edge and a little bit of the middle. Should we try this,
the middle,
Katie?
Yeah.
So here's the middle.
So good.
And this is what you're looking for. I mean, this is like chewy. It's got an intense coffee flavor. The chocolate chips are like holding tight. And then you get like the edge and it's a little bit more cooked. And that's sort of the crunchiness. So these are really, I mean, these are incredible.
I get the middle.
All right, you take the big piece. I'll take this one.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Friday. Oh my God.
That's amazing.
These are so good.
They're so good.
I'm so glad we have extra for the weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I love seeing you all. Have a great weekend. Bye.